Haunted. I'm Rebecca Lieb.
I'm Jason Horton.
And this is Ghost Town.
Chuck Palahniuk's Haunted is a daring, visceral work of fiction that defines conventional storytelling. Published in 2005, the novel weaves a series of dark and grotesque tales into a larger narrative about human desperation. Though the book is primarily remembered for its unrelenting depictions of horror and depravity, it's gained a peculiar reputation years before its official release. In 2003, when Palahniuk began performing readings of one particular story from the book entitled Guts.
College boys everywhere are like, what? Let's hear more.
Guts is a short story that exemplifies Palahniuk's talent for exploring the macabre while probing the vulnerabilities of the human condition. Its content is explicit and shocking, involving tales of sexual experimentation gone horribly wrong.
Sounds sexy.
I know a little bit about the story just based on this. I didn't get too much into it. I'm not going to describe it. It's not necessary. That's for you to do.
This is teasing the book a little bit as well.
Yeah, Guts is, I guess, one story in a collection of his works. I'm not super familiar with him aside from culturally. What sets the story apart, however, is its visceral impact on listeners. During his 2003 readings, Palahniuk began to notice an unusual phenomenon. Members of his audience started fainting. By the time Haunted was published, he had reportedly tracked over 70 fainting incidents across various readings of Guts, a testament to the story's unsettling power.
What are the chances that's, and again, he's a very prominent author, very successful, probably tours a lot. But again, how many people you pack into a tour? I don't know, anywhere from 500 to 20, there's such a wide range but 70 people as he's touring, reading this excerpt from his book. I mean, again, I'm not a statistician or a mathematician, but that seems like a lot of people.
It seems like a lot of people. And I think there are some theories of why, but also from what I gathered, an amazing PR move from when his book came out, because he actually writes about it in 2005.
Wow.
Actually, let me give you a quote from a 2005 Telegraph article from him. This is not about him. This is from him. In the Beverly Hills Library in Los Angeles, a woman near the rear of the hall screamed for paramedics and an ambulance, crying so hard that her blouse was soaked with tears as her husband twitched on the floor.
Jesus Christ.
There's another example. His words. At Columbia University, the next day, 2 students fell. As the ambulance took one of them to the hospital, my editor walked to the edge of the stage, waved me over, and said, "I think you've done enough damage with this story. Don't finish reading it."
Whoa.
This is from him.
Yeah. God.
There's a Reddit post where somebody describes it. I don't get panic attacks, but that's probably what this was. I felt trapped. My brain was freaking out. I couldn't move. But I knew I had to leave. Had to. I couldn't take it. But I was just frozen. The words drilled into me one after the other, like icicles into my skull. Just as I thought I might scream, the guy beside me fainted. Pandemonium.
Wow.
I have little snippets of memory. The guy had kneeled forward and hit his head pretty hard. People were assisting him. A lot of, "Oh my God, is he okay?" And I'm probably making this up, but I have a memory of Chuck at the front of the room, craning his neck in curiosity like Norman Bates. In my memory, he's smirking, but I'm going to assume he wasn't. When I saw the man was being helped, I took off. My legs didn't work right. I remember I couldn't think, like my brain was a swarm of bees. I tried sending an email, and for years I referred back to it to see how frazzled I was. I don't have it anymore, but it was something like, "Team, I've never felt this way before. I'm not sure what's wrong. I saw Chuck Palahniuk and I can't make it to lunch. Sorry, we'll check in later." I couldn't even. Later I found out this guy wasn't the only one to faint. It was a whole thing. As a writer, I'm blown away that any author can make someone feel this way. Kudos. As a human being, no thank you. I never want to feel that way again. So there's a lot of different circumstances. A lot of these rooms were small and warm. I feel like there is a bit of a collective panic,
Yeah.
mass hysteria.
We've talked about that quite a bit.
And this particular story, Guts, is supposed to be very intense, sexual, say, involving masturbation. Didn't get into it any further.
I'll have to read it.
Yeah, that's your department, not my department.
Masturbation is my department.
I'm too sensitive. I'm very sensitive. My interest comes from obviously the cultural aspect and the fact that, like you said, is statistically a lot of fainting spells, panic, hysteria, and I get that. We've gone and done things where I felt a certain way, and once it's in your head, there's no talking yourself out of it.
Yes.
And I'm gathering just from my research that this was an amazing PR move once the book was released. Because this is before the book is, he's just reading, this is for my forthcoming book. And I don't know, authors, do they read stuff as a tease before they come out, or do they wait till the book comes out and then do readings from the book?
Yeah.
But this is 2003, and then the book where Guts is housed is 2005.
Yeah. And I also am thinking back on this time period, and how time period, I say it as if it's like Mesozoic era, this time where we're in the throes of Harry Potter. There's a lot of, and this is again, most people aren't really not active on the internet yet. So going to see your favorite author, going to an event like this already is oh my God. And
you're front loaded.
Yeah. Chuck Palahniuk was one of the biggest authors of this time, if not of kind of this generation, this early internet. Think about Fight Club, the movie adapted from his novel. It's this is a voice of a generation coming to a public place. People are gathered there. They're excited to see him. They don't maybe have access to him the way they might if this happened nowadays. So it's a lot.
Right. Because, if it was nowadays, you'd already have plenty of videos, promotion, the things that come with creating something and promoting it. You have seen a lot of it. But in these scenarios, there is not a lot of that communication. Oh, wow, cool. I just saw a video of somebody seeing Chuck Palahniuk speak. It's just you're going there, and I've been starstruck, and it's changed. It's a rare air that you're in, and it changes you a little bit.
And also, unlike a show, like seeing a music live, this is something you've never heard before. It's not released. There's also this air of exclusivity and excitement on that level, never mind the subject matter. It feels like a lot. And I now that we're talking about it, unpacking it, I'm oh, that makes sense how this could be an element of mass hysteria.
It's something we take for granted now with access to information and the way we find things and things. I'm sure he's a rock star in his own right. And the fact that is unpublished almost has a taboo. This hasn't even really been signed off
yet.
Exactly. And it hasn't, but what is it going to do to people?
Fuck them up.